Have you ever completely lost focus during a match? Maybe you were ball watching and you missed your marker, or you took your eye off the ball for just a second and you lost possession. What if I told you there is a way to train your brain to lock in during critical moments and to never lose focus again? Now today we are diving into the neuroscience behind focus and how you can sharpen it like the very best players in the world. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Bowden. I'm a mental performance coach to Premier League players. I'm also the best-selling author of the book, Use Your Brain, Raise Your Game. So let's look at it. What controls your focus? Now focus isn't just about paying attention, it is about controlling your brain chemistry, and two brain chemicals in particular. So the first one is dopamine and the second one is acetylcholine. Now both of these act as your brain's focus switches. So dopamine will keep you motivated and engaged, and acetylcholine, this will fine-tune your precision, helping you track movements and react quickly. Now think of dopamine as the fuel that drives your focus and acetylcholine as the laser that locks it in place. Now the good news for you is that you can control both of these with the right tools and the right rituals, and we're going to break that down now step by step. Now firstly, the minutes before kickoff are going to be crucial. Your brain needs cues to shift into high focus mode, and rituals are going to be your perfect trigger. So studies show that having pre-match routines will signal your brain to release this acetylcholine, priming you for pinpoint accuracy and fast reactions. Now here are some simple pre-match rituals that will help you to get your brain game ready. Now the first one is to use music for your dopamine boost. So create a playlist that's going to get you excited and motivated. So actually having upbeat music will spike dopamine and will put your brain into this state of readiness. Secondly is visualization exercises. So here you would close your eyes and imagine yourself dominating your game. See yourself making sharp passes, winning tackles, scoring goals. And what we know about visualization is it activates the same neural pathways as actually playing and actually practicing. Thirdly is to use breathing techniques to calm you down. So try box breathing. This is inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, and holding for 4 seconds again. This calms your nerves and it will sharpen your focus by balancing your nervous system. The goal here is to create a routine that primes your brain for focus every time you step out onto that pitch, so you have something that you know you can rely on that will lock in your focus. Now the next thing I want to talk about is what's called spotlight training. Now this is where you're going to master focus shifts. Now the reason for this is that matches are chaotic. One moment you're tracking the ball, defending, and the next you've won the ball back, you're scanning the field for your teammates and you're looking for which one to pick out. Your brain has to constantly shift between narrow focus, things such as the ball, and then broad focus. So you're looking at the broader pitch, the runs of your teammates, the runs of the opposition. Now neuroscientists call this the 2 spotlight system. And here is how you can train yours to be brilliant. Now what you'll do firstly is you'll do wide to narrow focus drills. So you start by scanning the pitch or even your surroundings when you're away from the game. Change from focusing on a specific narrow object, such as the ball in training or a person or even a tree if you're out away from the game. Then focus outwards. Bring more of a broader peripheral view. It's almost like a soft focus. Then you focus more narrowly again. And you just do a few repetitions of this, going broader, going narrow, going broader, going narrow. Practice this, and the more that you do, the more that you will make this automatic when you're playing. Secondly, around this is to be doing this in a pressure situation. So now that you've practiced this during training sessions, start adjusting and readjusting your focus so that it's going to mimic real match situations, making sure that your wide or narrow focus is appropriate for what is currently happening in the game. And then after this, to really start pushing yourself in this area and to really condition it, go for reaction challenges. So here you'd start utilizing this on match day. See the level up in focus and awareness that this will then bring to your game. The goal is to train your brain to switch focus without hesitation. And the way you do this is repetition, 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 keeping you one step ahead when you're out there on the pitch. Now, the next thing is to have brilliant in-game focus anchors. So even with great training, your focus can slip during matches, especially when they're high pressure, or maybe you've made a mistake or something and your focus slips. That is why you need quick strategies to reset your game mid-focus. And here are 3 in-game focus resets that you can utilize. The first one is called the breathing check. Now, if you're feeling scattered, just take 1 deep breath to calm your nervous system. And here you would really focus in on your breath. Become really aware of this. And this will bring your focus back to the present, exactly where it needs to be for brilliant performance. Next is to use mantras or keywords. So here you'd repeat a short phrase such as lock in or stay sharp. Again, this will redirect your attention to where it needs to be, in the present, right now. And finally, we can use what we're talking about in this video. We can use a visual reset. So here, quickly scan the pitch to ground yourself, re-establish awareness of player positions. Now, these simple techniques can pull you back into the game when distractions or nerves are threatening to derail you. And to really keep these standards high and to make sure that you're improving to the absolute maximum, do a post-match focus review. Now, improving focus isn't just training, it's also about learning from every match. After each game, review moments where your focus slipped and what triggered it. So ask yourself questions such as, did I lose focus under pressure? Or was it fatigue? Or was it something else? Next, was I distracted by the crowd or opponents? And then finally, what worked to refocus me quickly? And what you'd look to do here is to keep track of patterns and refine your pre-match and in-game strategies based on what you're learning from this. Now, why does this process work so well? It is because focus isn't a talent, it is a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained. By leveraging dopamine and acetylcholine, you are programming your brain to lock in when it matters most. Now, pre-match rituals will activate your focus, spotlight training will strengthen your ability to shift attention, and quick resets will keep you sharp mid-game. Put it all together, and you are not just playing, you are controlling the game with your mind. Now, if you want to be a master of focus and become so good at utilizing this and another powerful method, tap on the video on the screen now, because here I break down Sergio Busquets' superpower and how you can add this brilliance to your game. So watch this one next.